everybody. I hope you're having a great day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here video today. So you guys are just gonna cook along with me. Just watch me cook dinner. This is not a Thanksgiving dinner, but we'll hop back on that train tomorrow, okay? So now I'm getting ready to fry up some pork chops. I'm making some macaroni and I'm making some asparagus, okay? So the ingredients that I'm gonna be using for my pork chops, I've washed my pork chops off using lime juice, salt, and cold water. I give them a nice rinse and then pat them dry. The spices will be salt and pepper, a little bit of chicken bouillon powder if you want, garlic and onion powder, and some black pepper. Okay, so now for my beautiful asparagus that I have here, I'm going to be using a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan. We're going to use some butter, Parmesan cheese, some chicken bouillon powder, and if I have some wine, we'll use that. And we're making up some macaroni. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make dinner here at the Young. You may hear, during this video, you may hear a little bit of clinging and clanging. He's making putting together a fire pit, so you may hear some noise because it's in the next room right over next to me. Let's go ahead and start seasoning up our pork chops to give them some great flavor. When's the last time you guys had pork chops? How did you have your pork chops? Was they delicious? I'm not really happy with these pork chops, I'm gonna be honest. They are really thin and I'm not a fan of thin pork chops. I like my pork chops to have you know, a little bit of thickness to them, and these ones do not. I'm going to dry them off just a little bit, okay? That way when I coat them in the flour doesn't get gummy, okay? There we go, just like this. I'm going to go right in with those seasonings, and I'll season this top side, and then I'll flip them over and season the other side. So let's go ahead and take the time to do that right now. Pork chops is on the menu. Y'all, I ain't feeling good today. So from the time I woke up this morning, I didn't feel good. It's late. I got a whole late start today. We got a good dinner coming though. You guys can probably tell I don't feel good. I didn't diffuse my hair to make it puffy. You know, it's just like, you know, it's just kind of hanging. I'm gonna let it air dry. No blow dryer, no diffuser today. It'll air dry and I'll be just fine, right? Absolutely. Okay, gorgeous. So now I'm gonna go in really forward with the garlic and onion powder. I really love those two flavors on my pork chops for sure. Whether I'm frying them or baking them, I wanna taste that garlic and onion powder. Ooh, I'm not happy with these pork chops, y'all. They so thin. My goodness. But we'll see. We're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. So, since they're thin, I just have to cook them a little less, right? Because if you overcook them, these will be like total dryness. And we're not doing that. We're not going to do that today. In my pan here, I have some oil, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan to fry the pork chops. There are some people that like to deep fry their pork chops. I'm not doing that. That's a lot of oil for pork chops. I use a lot of oil when I'm frying chicken, but when I'm doing pork chops, I don't use that much oil. Let's go ahead and flip them over. The seasonings smell amazing right now. And we're gonna dab this side because once again, it is wet. And then we'll season it really good. I'll get my macaroni going. I do have some water boiling on the other stove behind me. All right, lovely. Let's go ahead and season. How many of you are ready for the holidays? Are you all enjoying the holiday recipes that I've been bringing to you? Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to get right back on that track of showing you guys the holiday recipes. I just got a late start today. Got a late start, ain't feeling the greatest, so you know how that goes. I'll pick that up. Lovely, a nice pat. We'll get them where they're not so super wet and it makes my flour gummy. Right, beautiful, going right back in with that onion powder. And I'm gonna let these spices kind of hang out on the pork chops for at least 12 minutes before I go to cook them. I find when you take your meat out of the refrigerator, let it hang out on the counter for a little while, it's gonna cook up better. Let the chill come off of the meat before you cook it. It always tastes so much better versus you taking it out of the refrigerator while it's super cold, getting started cooking it, it's gonna be dry. It's gonna be dry every time, right? Right, there we go. I'm gonna be mindful of how much of the salt that I'm using on this side. It's really not gonna be a lot because I already seasoned the other side. Okay, beautiful. Keep in mind, if you're putting the chicken bouillon powder on, just remember that it does have salt in it. So you're gonna be using regular salt, or you can choose to just use this and not the salt. Go ahead and get our pork chops right into our flour. I'm just using an all-purpose flour, and really you can use whatever kind of flour you want, okay? You're gonna give it a nice dredge, and then we're gonna be sure to shake it. When you take the time to shake off that excess, that means you're not gonna have a whole lot of flour that falls to the bottom of your pan and burns and makes your other pork chops have a burnt flavor, right? I'm always sure to give it a nice shake off before it goes into the pan. Okay, lovely. I'm gonna continue to do these pork chops. In the meantime, my pan is heating up, and I'm gonna be cooking these pork chops on a medium-high heat. I don't want to turn them up too high. Turning them up too high gives you like the wrong rating. They'll look like they're done on the outside, but the inside will be raw. So medium-high is going to be that perfect setting that we're going to turn these pork chops on. And not to mention, these are super thin pork chops. Okay, they sure smell good, I can tell you that. We're going to go ahead and cut the woodsy end off of my asparagus. Now, these are frozen asparagus. I have never cooked frozen asparagus. So they have a little bit of give to them already. So we'll just kind of see how they turn out. And I'm excited to be able to make the frozen so I can see, you know, because I've never bought them frozen. My husband bought them because he couldn't find the fresh ones. So let's just see how they turn out. If they turn out good, maybe we'll keep buying them. Okay, lovely. So let's go ahead and get that woodsy end off. If you don't cut that part off, it's hard to chew. So let's go ahead and get these ends off about this much. Get these asparagus right into the pan. I always like to make them like turn the same direction. Right? It's a nice sizzle. I have this on a medium heat. Is that one? I need to cut that one a little bit more. Try not to have them stacked on top of each other. You want each one of the asparagus to really touch the circumference of the bottom of the pan. That way they can get that nice char that we love, right? So stack them on top of each other. They would just steam. My noodles are almost done. They really only take 11 minutes to cook, so they're cooked to perfection. They're nice and al dente, is what we're looking for, which is chewy to the tooth and never mushy. I'm going to go ahead and get those rinsed, and then we'll put our cheese sauce in. Our asparagus look great. They smell great. They're doing exactly what I want them to do. But one thing you want to make sure that you don't do is season them too early. If you season them too early, your spices will burn and they won't have a great flavor. When do we season them? We season them right before they're done. I'm super happy with the way the asparagus are turning out, even though they were frozen. So they're cooking just like my fresh ones would. I can't wait to taste them. So now my noodles, they've been drained. Okay, I am going to put a little bit of flavor in here. It's really going to be just a tiny bit of bouillon powder. That's a little bit, but that little bit of flavor is going to go a long way and give it some good taste, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put some butter and some milk, and then I use 2 of the cheese packets, right? It's a Thursday here at the Young's house. We're not doing, you know, a hard dinner. And what I mean by a hard dinner is a dinner that I'm going to be in the kitchen forever and a day cooking, standing over the stove. We're not doing that today. It's going to be quick, it's going to be simple, it's going to stick to your ribs and taste good. So I'm so excited. The asparagus smell absolutely amazing. Our pork chops are cooking up. All right, we're getting our macaroni going, and I have leftover cornbread from yesterday, so that'll be our bread of choice today to go with our dinner. I hope y'all are having a good day today. I really do. I got a headache that won't go away, y'all. I got a headache. But we're making it, right? The headache will go away. Sure it will. I think when I'm done cooking this dinner and, you know, getting this video out, I think I'm just going to sit down. The rest of the evening, kind of take it easy a little bit, you know? Sometimes you just need to sit down. I do have some, I didn't even think about taking I have some peppermint oil. It's a roll-on. I'm going to use it because when I get a headache, I put that peppermint stick roll-on on my forehead and my headache is instantly gone. So I'm going to do that here in just 1 second. As soon as this video goes to pause. Oh, look at this, y'all. And this sound, I don't know if you can hear that. It is so creamy, dreamy, super delicious with that extra cheese in it. Real quick, let me talk about what I did to my pork chops so they don't kind of swell up in the pan. Have you ever went to make a pork chop and, you know, you seasoned it, you floured it, you put it in that oil, and it went from this state to like this. The reason why that happens is because the fat that's on the pork chop or around the outside of the pork chop, once it starts to cook, right away it shrinks. And when it shrinks, it makes your pork chop do this. So what I did it off camera. I just took my kitchen shears and I cut just 1 or 2 places on the pork chop, and they lay nice and flat for you. It bothers me. It does. It bothers me when I want the whole circumference golden brown. I want it flat, touching the bottom of the pan so I can get that crispiness. But it's like this, and this part won't get done. But if you cut just that little bit, it'll lay nice and flat for you, okay? It works, and I always do. Look at my asparagus. They got that great char. I won't eat them unless they have that nice golden brown deep char to them. When you get that color to them, that's when they're going to taste their best. So I say I'm going to cook them for about maybe 8 more minutes, and then we're going to go in and season them, okay? Go ahead and season our asparagus. That looks so great. The pork chops are smelling amazing. I know what I'm going to do. I ain't cooking them. I'm not cooking them too long because I don't want them to turn out nice and dry, right? So this is the garlic and the onion powder. I want that flavor to shine through. Nice amount of black pepper. And for my salt for these, I'm using the bouillon powder. Absolutely, you can use salt if you don't have bouillon powder, you know. And then I'm going to put maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter into the pan to really round it off and give it a nice rich taste that I love when it comes to asparagus. All right, so let's go ahead. Look at me. I'm always straightening. Have you guys ever noticed, like, when I'm doing these videos, after I use an item, I move it out the way. I'm straightening it up to make it look nice. I can't stand a mess when I'm cooking. I can't stand a mess after I'm cooking either. I'm going to go ahead and use all this butter. It's just a little bit. Okay, give us a nice taste here. I do have some wine, so I'm going to be putting just a capful. It doesn't make it taste like wine, just gives it a great taste. All right, beautiful. There we go. Let's check in on our pork chops. Looking good, smelling good, tasting good. There we have it. Look how beautiful. If you just leave them alone, you don't bother your pork chops when they're cooking. When they're cooking, if you disturb them, the flour falls off and they don't look great, right? You really got to wait until the pork chops and even your chicken has formed that nice, beautiful golden brown crust. And once you see that crust, then you can move them around in the pan, you know. If you don't want to use the wine or you don't have any, by all means, you could use a little bit of lemon juice. I have done that in the past. And it gives it that same taste that we're looking for when you think of asparagus. This really isn't even a whole capful, just this little bit. And you put it in right at the last minute, okay? Beautiful. Great taste right here. It smells lovely. Hey, I'm happy. I tasted the asparagus. They taste exactly like my fresh asparagus would taste when I, got them fresh from the market. versus the frozen. So they taste the exact same. Now, I know I will never be one of those that gets the asparagus out of the can because I'm pretty sure those have to be mushy, right? These are delicious. And the Porkchop salad. I do have one still going. I had to flip it over to get that other side a little bit darker. And then I have those ones there that we're going to fry up. Look at this, y'all. And how easy was it to make a quick, simple, yet delicious recipe for dinner in the middle of the week? It was not hard to make, and you can do it too. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends, tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for your hedge of protection, this meal, your love, your mercy, your time, your understanding. Remember I said I had a headache? My headache went away. I put this is a migraine stick. It's a peppermint essential oil, and it's roll-on, and I'm selling these. Y'all know, you know, if you're familiar with me, you know where I'm selling these at. Listen, you just roll it on to your forehead, the back of your ears, and the nape of your neck. Listen, I put this on. I forgot I even had a headache. I'm not kidding. So I am feeling much better. Taste it. We're going to taste it, and I am so excited. Oh. The macaroni tastes amazing. Let's taste this asparagus. That's what I'm looking for. A little bit of hot sauce on my pork chop. Just a little bit. I want to alter the flavor, but I like that tangy. A little bit of heat in the back of the palate. Take a bite. I'm going in.